Good evening. It's 6:01 p.m. If it's one thing I try to be, it's prompt, and I usually have been, I think. Welcome everybody to our regular city council meeting tonight. I'll call the meeting to order.
Kirkland?
Yes.
Wally?
Yes.
Schott?
Yes.
Klein?
Yes.
Thank you. First action is to remind everybody of our city core values, which include strong work ethic, problem solving, community oriented, shows professionalism and integrity, team player, accountable, and good steward. Can't beat those. Those are great. I need a motion to approve tonight's meeting agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion before we call the roll on approving the agenda? If not, call the roll, please.
Schott?
Yes.
Klein?
Yes.
Kirkland?
Yes.
Wally?
Yes.
Oh, just one thing on the agenda, minor point. We have mayor council comments, and underneath that we have oath of office for the elected officials taking office on January 1, 2024. We're going to do that, but since we're missing a couple people that hopefully will be here before the end of the meeting, we're going to do the oath of office at the end of the meeting. So just that minor change. We'll move on to consent agenda. Tonight we have minutes from the November 6, 2023 regular city council meeting. Payments for contract services, which include Bolton and Mink wastewater design, $21,059. Bolton and Mink general municipal airport engineering, $480. Bolton and Mink general municipal airport, Bolton and Mink runway 14/32 relocation phase 3, $5,121.50. And for total contract services and payments tonight, we have $26,660.50. Tonight for claims, registers, and financials, we have $1,346,510.52. License and permits, we have none tonight. I need a motion to approve those consent agenda items we just went over.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on the consent agenda items we just went over? If not, call the roll, please.
Kirkland?
Yes.
Klein?
Yes.
Wally?
Yes.
Schott?
Yes.
Okay. We have no city administrators report tonight because Sven is not with us. Okay.
Can I put something in there real quick though, Mayor?
Sure.
Sven had been talking to the CEO out at Percival, and what he was thinking we could do so everybody could do a tour together is just do a work session out there. And we were talking to Jake, and he was thinking around December 11th. So that is a Monday. It doesn't have to be Monday. It can be a Wednesday. It can be a Tuesday. He said he was pretty open that week. So
I'll be gone. I mean, not 10.
okay.
I'll be back then.
The 13th. Okay.
Sorry.
So that'll be, well, that would be the Wednesday is when you get back.
I think we're back Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yes.
So you could do it later in the week then.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Does anybody else have any
conflicts?
conflicts? Okay. Okay. Well, I will talk to him and see if we can make something work later in the week.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. I'll send out an invite.
Anybody else have anything for Sven? You or Chris or you have anything? No? Okay. We'll move on to mayor council comments. As I indicated, we'll do the oath of office at the end of the meeting. I only have a couple things. Appreciate the decorations downtown. Once again, the city did a great job of decoration and it looks good. I did want to also recognize, as we all know, the holiday season kind of officially starts with Thanksgiving week, although it seems like it starts maybe in September anymore. But if you break down Thanksgiving, the word is thanks and it's giving. We all need to recognize that and give thanks for what we have and thanks for the family that we have and spend time with our families this week, as I think most of us or all of us are. And also take time out during the holiday season for giving. There's so many people that aren't as fortunate as most of us or all of us are in this room. you know, if we can all take time out to give, maybe something simple as visiting a neighbor who's lonely and doesn't have much company, or somebody in the nursing home, or helping somebody, or just even giving somebody a friendly hello when you're out shopping, holding the door open. There's lots of things we can do to give, and you know, give of our time, our resources, and ourselves to help somebody out during this season. That's really pretty much what I have. Council comments? Okay. Hearing none, we'll move on to open forum. As usual, speakers will be asked to step up to the microphone and state their name and address for the record. Individuals speaking will be given 3 minutes to address council. Do we have anybody here for open forum tonight to address anything on the agenda or anything else they want to share with council? Hearing none, we'll move on to old business, moving right along here on this agenda, aren't we? Old business, first item, resolution authorizing internal advance for funding of urban renewal program. The city of Perry authorized a LMI housing support program through the Urban Renewal Plan Amendment November 2023. That was approved by resolution 110623A. With such LMI housing support program, the city will be able to provide economic development forgivable loans and or grants to be used to support the redevelopment, rehabilitation, and development of housing in the urban renewal area that is affordable for families of low and moderate income. This resolution would authorize an advance of $150,000 from the local option sales tax fund to help fund a portion of the LMI housing support program and set terms for the repayment on and before June 1st, 2034 through tax increment funding relative to the advance and subjected to council determination. I need a motion for this.
I make a motion to pass a resolution authorizing the internal advance for funding of urban renewal program.
I'll second that.
Do we have any discussion on this? I'm sure Sam is here. He'd probably highlight some of the points of this. Does anybody have anything to share or any discussion on this?
This is, we're developing the funds so that we can disperse.
Yes, at the last meeting, we approved the urban renewal plan with the Percival development agreement and then 150,000 for this LMI housing program. Sven doesn't have the logistics of it laid out yet, but it'll be people applying for this grant, and we're funding it through TIF. So in order to be able to use TIF for this, we have to go into debt. So we're borrowing from ourselves to make the debt mechanism.
Okay.
So we're borrowing from local option sales tax, and then over 10 years, TIF will pay that back.
Will we have enough in the budget to do that every year?
Yeah, it's be 15,000 a year. So
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was 150,000 a year.
No, it's 150 total.
Thank you.
Good question, always. Any other discussion on this resolution? If not, call the roll, please.
Walling,
Yes.
Berkeley,
Yes.
Schott, Klein.
Yes.
Thank you. Next item, approval of pay application for runway number 8 for the runway 14/32 relocation phase 2. Pay application number 8 in the amount of $128,877.08 to Manette Inc. for completed work on phase 2 of the runway relocation has been received and signed by the project manager, who recommends approval. Need a motion?
I make a motion to approve the pay application number 8 for the runway 14/32 relocation phase 2.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Discussion?
There was an error on the cover letter for this pay application, but the amount that's in the approval, the $128,877, is what was on the pay application and is what is being paid. So just in case anybody caught the discrepancy.
I did.
Yeah. And
I saw that and I was like,
Yeah, we verified very late Friday before the packet went out that it is what was on the actual pay application. The cover letter had the error.
Okay.
Thank you for
I
clarifying.
figured you'd explain that.
Any further discussion on this pay application request? If not, call the roll, please.
Klein,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Berkeley,
Yes.
Schott,
Yes.
Okay. Next item, approval of pay application number 6 for the runway 14/32 relocation phase 2. Pay application number 6 in the amount of $361,130.62 for Minutes Inc. for completed work on phase 3 of the runway relocation has been approved and signed by the project manager, who recommends approval. Need a motion, please?
I make a motion to approve pay application number 6 for the runway 14/32 relocation phase 3.
I'll second.
Discussion? If there's no discussion.
I can give
Come
an,
on, Matt.
I would say I can give an update if the council would like.
Yes.
Okay. So the dirt work has moved along really, really well in the last couple of weeks. They are now within about 18 inches of where the grade needs to be for the future paving that'll happen in the spring. The county has substantially completed their portion of the project. They're starting to move their equipment off-site. The dirt contractor is going to move into the next portion of the grading work that'll occur between now and Friday. I suspect they may finish what's remainder of that grading work in the coming week, as long as the temperatures still hold together. So we're nearing the point where the weather is going to probably prohibit them from doing future phases, but they are moving along really well and get to a point where it should be open and ready to handle aircraft by June of next year. So
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thanks for the update. Any further discussion or questions?
Nope. That's good.
If not, call the roll, please.
Berkeley,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Schott,
Thank you. Next item, resolution authorizing the signing and acceptance of the general aviation vertical infrastructure program funding. The city submitted an application to the Iowa Department of Transportation, Iowa DOT, for funding for projects at the Perry Municipal Airport under the General Aviation Vertical Infrastructure Program, GAVI, and Airport Improvement Program, AIP, for resolution 05-15231 on September 5, 2023. The Iowa DOT notified the city that they had been approved for 80% of eligible costs up to a maximum of $300,000 for the expansion of the terminal building under the General Aviation Vertical Infrastructure Program. This resolution would accept the agreement for contract number CNTRT-00005810 from the Iowa Department of Transportation, DOT, for the expansion of the terminal building under the General Aviation Vertical Infrastructure Program, and authorize the city administrator to sign all forms necessary to execute such funding. Need a motion, please?
I make a motion, we pass a resolution authorizing the signing and acceptance of the General Aviation Vertical Infrastructure Program funding.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Discussion from or discussion or questions from anybody?
That's what?
Why?
Because
Why are we taking building that does its purpose and serves the purpose? And in my narrow mind, I can't see that the airport's expanding rapidly or getting a lot more. Why are we spending $300-some-plus-thousand to remodel a building that's perfectly fine?
because it's outdated.
It isn't perfectly fine.
It's very dated. It's very small. There is no office space in it for functional use. And with the expansion of the airport, we hope to bring in a lot more traffic.
We've got enough right now to build another 35 unit hangar demand. Okay. There really's been a ton saying, hey, the airport's bigger. I was talking to Jack the other day and he says, Dean, we could build probably 2 units and not have enough yet.
Okay, see, that's information.
Yeah,
I can't say we, but I certainly have never heard.
Yeah. and
Yeah,
I just stopped out.
discussed in front of us or anything like that.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
was telling me, you know, that his office was just an old closet. So,
Yeah, it's,
And
So
I
it's-
understand,
yeah, it would be
I understand
nice.
it's not top quality, you know, but 300,000 is a lot of money to,
Yeah.
to make a little bigger office too. You know, but I understand everything possible,
And I think we've been accepted for a grant for a lot.
you know, but yeah, if there's people out there looking for things.
yes,
And you're, you know, because none of that has been discussed.
And I think it's been kind of shared off on over the years.
Glad I asked.
It's been a long-standing
Yeah.
issue that people have been looking for hangars.
you go out there and look at the hangars and they're just wedged in there
Oh, I understand.
every which way.
I couldn't do ports a lot.
Yeah. I think it's part of the package to make it a more desirable airport. Help get more traffic in there, which it sounds like I'm really gonna get.
I'm sorry.
Okay. And our portion of that is only 20%.
We're fortunate to have the facility that we do. But a good question, Chuck. Thank you.
Yeah,
Any further discussion? If not, call the roll, please.
Walling,
yes.
Berkland,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Schott.
Absolutely.
We convinced him.
He's definitely on board. Thank you. Next item, but it was a good question.
It was a good question.
Next item, approval of pay request number 2, final for 2023 BCC crack ceiling. Pay request number 2, final in the amount of $2,232.18 to Parking Lot Specialties LLC is the final pay request for the 2023 PCC crack ceiling project. This request releases the retainage on the project. Work has been completed in accordance with the contract and all documents have been reviewed and signed by the engineer and is recommended for approval. Need a motion, please?
Make a motion that we approve the pay request number 2, final for 2023 PCC crack ceiling.
And I'll second.
Thank you. Discussion? As you know,
I've got a question on this. We have been approving these pay requests for crack sealing 3 months straight now. It
This
doesn't
is only the
seem right
second
to
one
me
for the
that we
23.
don't just pay these off once and not have this brought to council again. What's going on with that? Are we paying more so that they don't know we're paying so much every time this comes up?
This is only the second on this particular crack ceiling. We.
Yeah, it's
The money up.
It's actually part of the Iowa code process. We're required to hold back retainage out of the project to make sure all subs that are on the project have been paid. There's no outstanding work yet for them to complete. So that process is 30 days. So that we're essentially required by Iowa code. We make our payment, the final payment, we withhold the retainage. Once that 30-day period has passed, then we come back and get the final pay request approved that releases the retainage.
Okay, so we made one payment. Is that to cover their expenses to start, and then we make this payment, and then our retaining payment? Is that what's going on?
No, we have 2. So this project, we had the first pay request. Yep, we had the first pay request that paid them for all the work that was completed. At that point, we also issued final acceptance and approval of the project, which triggered the 30-day period to hold the retainage, which is now passed, and that's what this step is. So this is our second payment on this project, and it'll be the last one for that project.
Thank you. I had it in mind we'd already done 2 requests before, so I understand that.
and this is just, standard practice with any similar kind of project where we had the retainage and then release them once we're comfortable with the fact that everything's completed according to contract. What a good question. Any other discussion? If not, call the roll, please.
Klein,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Berkland,
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Next item, resolution approving contract with Region 12 Planning and Administrative Assistance for the Downtown Housing Grant Project. The City of Perry and intends on contracting with Region 12 to carry out planning / administrative services for the Downtown Housing Grant Project Award 22-ARPDH-046 from the Iowa Economic Development Authority, IEDA, that was accepted per resolution 080122B on behalf of Sheffer Enterprises LLC for their downtown housing project located at 1203 2nd Street. The amount of the local planning and administrative assistance contract shall not exceed $4,000 within the contract period. This resolution will authorize a contract with Region 12 and allow the mayor to sign all documents pertaining to it. Need a motion, please?
I make a motion, we pass a resolution approving the contract with Region 12 Planning and Administrative Assistance in Downtown Housing Grant Project.
I'll second.
Questions, discussion?
I apologize. I meant to drive by this afternoon. Get in my mind where exactly the building.
The Tin Pig,
Tin Pig.
It's a tin pig.
Thank you.
the apartments above.
Yeah, okay, after the very soon after.
Region 12 typically administers our housing grants, especially with Iowa Economic Development Authority, because there's like a lot of regulations involved with that.
And they have the expertise.
Yes.
Again, it's pretty standard on projects similar to this. Any other discussion or questions? If not, call the roll, please.
Walling,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Berkland,
Yes.
Schott,
Yes.
Okay, next item, resolution approving amendment number 1 to the Water Quality Initiative Cost Sharing Grant. The city was awarded a Water Quality Initiative Cost Sharing Grant by the Iowa Department of Agriculture and Land Stewardship on February 7th, 2022. IDALS has taken a high interest in the project, providing for a more detailed process and lengthening the overall review time period. This amendment would approve the amendment to update the project completion date from December 31st, 2023 to December 31st, 2024.
I make a motion to pass resolution approving amendment number 1 to the Water Quality Initiative Cost Sharing Grant.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Discussion?
Does Matt have any input on this?
I do. This is the grant. If you recall, a year ago, we applied for water quality initiative funds from the state of Iowa. Perry was the first community actually to receive grants along these funds. It's tied to some of the work we were doing out at Iowa Street for the wetlands creation out there. It's also going to be tied to the water quality work we're going to do in the downtown. So part of this extension of the completion is the fact that we're using it on multiple projects that have spread out bid dates. We'll need an additional 12 months to actually utilize the funds. And so we've been working hand in hand with Iowa Department of Agriculture and Land Stewardship on that process, providing them updates. They've been super helpful as they've reviewed plans and the process and progress on those plans. So they're in the know on when we're looking to bid those, as they'll be coming up here in the coming meetings to put on file to bid with construction anticipated for next summer.
Okay. That's what I thought it was, but I wasn't totally sure. Thank you.
You bet.
Any further discussion? If not, call the roll, please.
Berkland,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Schott,
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Okay, next item. Under new business, I believe. Resolution setting a public hearing on a proposed vacation of public right-of-way. The city intends to vacate a portion of West 5th Street, north of Patty Street, and south of Bateman Street that is undeveloped. It is the city's intent to dispose of the public right-of-way by sale to the adjoining property owner, 369 SKY LLC, which would eliminate a divide between the two parcels they own. This undeveloped area is not needed by the city and no other adjacent property owners will be denied access to their properties. The Planning and Zoning Commission during their November 14, 2023 meeting held a public hearing on the matter, and after taking public comment and reviewing the proposed vacation, provided for a recommendation on the vacation of a portion of said street, this resolution would set a public hearing concerning the proposed street right-of-way vacation on December 4, 2023 at 6 p.m. in the second floor assembly room, Towncraft Building located at 1122 Willis Avenue, Perry, Iowa. Need a motion, please?
I make a motion, we pass a resolution setting a public hearing on the proposed vacation of public right of.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion on setting that? Again, we're just setting the public hearing.
Okay, question. Who's owner 36 SK1?
Quality Quality Marble. Title, I think is his first name, isn't it?
Is that where the welding shop used to be?
We're Andersons.
Where Anderson was?
Yeah.
I know the location.
Yeah.
And they built a house down in there and then he has a shop.
Yeah.
Yep. And there's just, from my understanding, a small little triangle.
Yeah.
Not even triangle, maybe more like a rectangle shape.
And it's a dead end back.
Yeah.
Not if you're on the place.
Not a
Hopefully
question.
you're on the bike trail, Chuck.
Okay.
And when was the last time you were there on your bicycle?
Not too long ago. I was Robert.
All right. Any further discussion about this proposed public hearing? If not, call the roll, please.
Berkland.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Walling.
Yes.
Schott.
The next item, resolution approving the fiscal year 2023 Iowa DOT Street Finance Report. The Iowa Department of Transportation, DOT, requires the cities submit an annual street finance report. Finance Officer Susie Moorhead has completed said 2023 fiscal year street finance report that details expenditures on street maintenance, snow removal, and construction. With approval of this resolution, the report will be submitted as required. Need a motion, please?
I make a motion, we pass a resolution approving the fiscal year 2023 Iowa DOT Street Finance Report.
And I'll second.
Susie, you got anything you want to add to that?
Yes, this street finance report tracks the road use tax dollars that the city receives every year. In fiscal year, this past fiscal year, it was like $1,078,423. And it also tracks what we spend in the general fund for the streets, what in any special revenue accounts like benefit fund, local option for the streets, debt service, capital projects, and of course, road use tax. So we just need to show the state where we spend everything, and then they have it split out, like if it's snow removal or traffic signals or street lighting. It's just a way for the state to make sure that we're spending our road use tax dollars correctly. This report also has, we provide a list every year of all of our equipment, and that way if there's an emergency, that way the state knows like who has end loaders or who has these kind of equipment that could be used or borrowed. Yes.
Okay, any other discussion or questions for Susie? If not, call the roll, please.
Thank you.
Walling.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Berkland.
Yes.
Thank you. Next item, resolution certifying TIF debt to the county auditor. Chapter 403 of the Iowa Code allows implementation of an urban renewal area and the utilization of tax increment financing TIF for certain public improvements. The city of Perry has established an urban renewal plan and projects, and by ordinance has established an urban renewal tax increment area. Excuse me, fiscal year 2025 Perry Tax Increment Finance District has an outstanding debt in TIF District 25014 Original Urban Renewal Area in the amount of $418,449. This resolution would certify this amount to the Dallas County Auditor for the collection of taxes from the district for the retirement of outstanding debt by December 1st, 2023. Need a motion, please?
I make a motion that we pass a resolution certifying TIF debt to county auditor.
I'll second that.
Discussion?
So this is for fiscal year 2025. We're submitting two new TIF issuances for this coming year. It's the Percival Scientific Development Agreement, which we approved last meeting, 200,000, and then the LMI Housing Support Program from this meeting was 150,000. So each year we request just what we need to pay our debts for the TIF, and that is, like the mayor said, $418,449, and that includes payments for development agreements for Greater Dallas County Development Alliance, with Perry Economic Development for TC&B, for the Community Economic Development Initiatives for the city, also the Hotel Patee development agreement. There's development agreements with Baxter for AccuJet, and then for what's it called? Eddie Diaz's Semper Fi Solutions. So we'll just submit that, and then we will collect this in fiscal year 25.
Good job.
Okay. Any further discussion? If not, call the roll, please.
Klein.
Yes.
Berkland.
Yes.
Walling.
Yes.
Schott.
Thank you. Next item, resolution accepting the annual urban renewal fiscal year 2023 report, Iowa House File 2460. Requires the annual urban renewal report be approved by the city council and submitted to the Department of Management of the state of Iowa by December 1, 2023. Once approved by the council, Finance Officer Susie Moorhead will submit the report to the Department of Management, state of Iowa, as required by law. Need a motion, please?
I make a motion, we pass a resolution accepting the annual urban renewal fiscal year 23.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Susie, you have anything to add?
This is an annual report. This is for fiscal year 23 that just ended recently. The state requires this report just to make sure that all entities are using TIF correctly and not using it for public buildings, because you can't use TIF for public buildings, or not using it for something where you're not like gaining increment on like an improvement to a project. This report shows that our ending fund balance in the TIF fund is $129,290. And then the report just shows like everything like we talked about during the TIF certification, just more details about those projects for the state of Iowa. And somebody has to look at it at the state level. They hope so. They hope they do.
Any further discussion? If not, call the roll, please.
Walling.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Berkland.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Next item, resolution accepting the fiscal year 2023 annual report. Chapter 384.22 of the Code of Iowa requires the city annual financial report be published each year, and a copy of the report be furnished to the auditor of the state of Iowa. City of Perry published the city annual financial report in the Des Moines Register's November 21st edition as required by law. The annual financial report was prepared with the fiscal year 2022-2023 year-end financials for the city of Perry. Need a motion, please?
I make a motion to pass resolution accepting the fiscal year 2023 annual report.
And I'll second that.
Susie, any words on that?
So this report is for both the city and the waterworks. So we combine our funds plus the waterworks funds on this report. So for fiscal year 2023, the total revenues was $36,359,401, and the total expenditures were $34,414,795. It is higher than normal just because we've had a lot of basically the sewer plant and the downtown project. Those are the two big projects that we have. And that's probably at least 10-15 million of it right there.
And then this report is published, it'll be published in the Des Moines Register this year because the Perry chief had changed their deadline and we weren't aware of that. So we had to publish that in Des Moines Register today. But we also have the report on our website in case anybody wants to look at it.
And that makes it all legal.
Yes. And then we publish it to make it legal and then we submit it to the state.
Okay. Thank you. Any further discussion or questions related to that? If not, call the roll, please.
Berkeley,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Schott, Klein,
Yes.
Moving on to the next item, resolution appointing representative and alternate to the Dallas County Emergency Management Commission for 2024. This resolution would appoint forthcoming Mayor Dirk Kavanaugh as an elected official, as a representative, and Chief of Police Eric Vaughn as the alternate to the Dallas County Emergency Management Commission for 2024. As part of the provisions of the Iowa Code, Chapter 29C, the commission members shall be the operations liaison officers between their jurisdiction and the commission and shall coordinate emergency services in the event of a disaster. Need a motion, please?
Make a motion that we pass a resolution appointing representative and alternate to the Dallas County Emergency Management Commission for 2024.
And I'll second.
Any discussion on that? Pretty straightforward. Anybody have any discussion or question?
You ready to go, Dirk?
Dirk's in favor of it. If there's no questions or discussion, call the roll, please.
Klein,
Yes.
Schott,
Yes.
Berkeley,
Yes.
Walling.
Yes.
Thank you. Next item. Resolution approving tax abatement application for residential construction completed or to be completed in 2023 in Perry, Iowa. The purpose of the tax abatement program is to promote new residential construction and renovation in the city of Perry by reducing the amount of property tax homeowners pay on new construction or rehabilitation and/or major improvements. Citizens wanting to make those improvements must apply to the city council for tax abatement and be approved by resolution. Once approved by council, applications are submitted to the Dallas County Assessor for review for the tax exemption. A list of current applicants was included with your packet tonight. Need a motion, please?
I make a motion we pass a resolution approving tax abatement applications for the residential construction completed or to be completed in 2023 in Perry, Iowa.
Also.
Any discussion? If not, call the roll, please.
Walling,
Yes.
Schott,
Yes.
Berkeley,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Thank you. As I indicated earlier, tonight we are swearing in our newly elected city officials and also the ones that have been re-elected. So I need Chuck and Barb to join Dirk and Joe up front, and we'll do the swearing in. Swearing in, I was swearing earlier.
All right, so I'm just gonna read a statement. You'll want to insert your name, obviously, and then the office that you're gonna take. So Barb would be a ward, Joe, you'd be a ward, and then Chuck, you're at large. Obviously, you're the mayor. All right, you guys ready? Okay. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa, and that I will faithfully and impartially, to the best of my ability, discharge all the duties of the office of in the city of Perry, as now or hereafter required by law. Yep. And just a reminder, you guys, this official day for office will be January 1st. So.
Scott? Thank you.
And don't leave too fast because you all have to sign something that I have to know.
Thank you. Last but not least, Joe. Thank you. Appreciate it. Congratulations. Thank you for your service and continued service.
How about you hold the place? I appreciate it. Hold it up.
But it's exciting time to have people elected brand new and to be elected. It's nice to have some people.
Did you?
Having no other further business before us, we stand adjourned at about 6:40. Thank you. Again, congratulations.
I think that's